Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.
What is going on, Josh? The Bet Slips family, is Professor Parley coming to you today. Likelihood is a quick show. You probably are just getting me today. We do have a video from Poolside Pat with some of his picks. C-Money may or may not come in. I am not sure. But everybody had things going on today, but I want to go ahead and jump on and give you our picks for today and make sure we get those out there, because tomorrow morning I'll be playing golf, so I'll probably have a video up. Won't be able to run unless I run later in the day. So we'll have some picks today. We'll also go over how I felt about some of the draft picks last night, and then what we look at going forward. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and just jump into our disclaimer, which keeps us from getting sued. Our disclaimer number one is we are not professional gamblers. This show is for fun and entertainment purposes only. Number two, please gamble responsibly and at your own risk. Do not gamble more than you can afford, and bet only what you can afford to lose. Lastly, if you go through those two steps and you still feel like you need help, gambling can be addictive, so please seek help. If you need it, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Again, we're not professional gamblers. It's for fun and entertainment purposes only. Please gamble responsibly and bet at your own risk. Bet only what you can afford to lose. And if you still need help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for that assistance that you need. It is very important. Gambling can be addicted like a drug. So if you end up having an issue, just make sure you're calling that number, please. We are not affiliated with affiliated or sponsored with a specific sports book, but we are affiliated with our first sponsor, which is Nevin Eyewear. I have my MLB long points right here. We love them. They are polarized. They are awesome. And if you use our link that is on X, that will also try to drop in the chat, you get 30% off one pair. So if you're buying a prescription pair, that you use that 30%, because those are more expensive sunglasses, and you'll get 30% off. Or if you're just getting some normal sunglasses, some normal polarized, you buy one, get two free. You end up getting 3 pair for right around $85. Either way you go, you'll end up getting free shipping, because anything over $50, you get free shipping. The best thing about Nevin Eyewear is not only are they great sunglasses, not only are they polarized, but if you lose them, chip them, damage them, you can get them replaced for free. You just have to fill out a claim form, and they will send you a new pair. I already have 3 pair. We've got these, then we've got the Roscoe Jams is what they are. Sorry. I have 3 more coming. For the summer time, I'll be ordering more, but please make sure if you're going to check those out, check them out. I do love these bottom rights. If you watch our WWE shows, you know we like WWE. Those are the Bret Harts, is what I call them. But I have some of those coming, and I've got some of the Doc Robbins like P.D. King usually has. That being said, I said we're not affiliated with a sports book, but we are affiliated with something very similar to our sports book, which is Playvo, formerly known as Player Profit. They do have some sports book stuff up now, but our main thing is their challenge system. Essentially, the way that challenge system works on Playvo is you buy a package ranging from $30 all the way up to $500, and you get to bet with a bankroll based on which one you buy. If you use the code JTBS, you'll get 10% off any and all packages. For that $30 package, which would be $27 with our code, you will get a $1,000 bankroll to bet with. And there are 2 challenge systems you must complete. Challenge 1 is you have to get to 10% profit before getting to 10% losses. If you're able to complete challenge 1, then you have to get to 15% profit before getting to 10% losses. And if you're able to complete challenge 2, then you move on to the funded stage, which means you'll cash out up to 70% of profit at that point and going forward. There is another method, which is known as the Blitz method, which is just a one challenge system, which means you have to get to 25% profit before getting to 10% losses. And if you're able to do that in the one challenge system under the Blitz method, then you would be funded. And again, you can cash out 70%. There are other rules and regulations. There are minimum bets that you have to make in each challenge system. Check out Playvo / Player Profit and check out the other rules regulations. They have a video that explains all of it on their website. Check them out. Make sure you use code JTBS. Let them know we sent you. Get you that 10% off and check it out. But if you are looking for a best bet of the day, my best bet of the day is going to be Braves Phillies over 9 runs at -110. I did have a boost today, which I got it up to +114. So we got Grant Holmes on the mound, who's 1-1 with a 3.42 ERA. And the Braves are hitting. They're leading the majors and averaging 5.77 runs per game right now. Their bats have been alive, and the funny part is it's the top and the bottom of the lineup. The only person that's not really hitting right now is Acuna. When he starts hitting, this team really could be hitting well as long as the rest of this team keeps going. On the other side of the man, we got Andrew Painter, who is a 1-1 with a higher ERA, a 4.42 ERA. He gave up 3 earned runs in 4 innings the last time he faced the Braves. The Phillies were averaging 3.56. They're down on the year hitting wise, but over the last 3 games, they've gone up to 4.33. The bats are starting to wake up. I think they'll be able to get to both of these pitchers could get gotten to within 4 or 5 innings, and then we're going to see bullpen games. And the Braves bullpen is up and down. So is the Phillies bullpen. I think we get to 9 runs easily in this game. There was one game in the Phillies series last time where the Braves scored 9 by themselves. I don't know if that happens today, but like I said, I really feel like we have a chance at hitting 9 runs in this game. And the fact that I was able to get it -110 and boost it to plus money, I really like this as the best bet of the day. I know that, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to go. So the next segment is normally done by our resident PD King. I took my hand at throwing a PDA up there since he is not going to be here today. So I will go ahead and give that. I'm going to go Paul Skeens 5+ strikeouts and the Pirates money line at +120. Skeens on the year is 3-1 and have 5 strikeouts in his 4 straight starts. Other than the first start where he got lit up early, ran early, he has been lights out ever since then. And the Pirates have won 3 of those 4 starts that Skeens hit. 3 of the last 4 starts Skeens has pitched in. The only one loss that they lost in the last 4 games was they lost an extra innings game where Skeens only went through 4 innings, and the bullpen gave up some runs. So I really like this performance today, especially getting it at plus money. We're getting it at +120, and that's pulling Skeens strikeouts down to 5, which is where I feel is very safe. He could easily get to 6 or 7, but I really wanted to play it safe, give us a plus money performance double. And if you looked at the best bet yesterday, which I posted on X, I did a PD yesterday with the Yankees and Cam Schledler for 5+ strikeouts. So I'm kind of trying to get lightning in the bottle twice. And this is the performance double of the day. Next, I am going to go to the 750 Club. The 750 Club is down 2 units, which isn't bad considering we bet this every day, and it's a +750 or better. But today I'm going Kyle Tucker, 2+ total bases. He is 4 for 10 with a home run and 2 extra base hits versus Taillon. Shane Langeliers, 4 for 2+ total bases. He is 4 for 12 with 1 home run and 3 extra bases versus Evoli. And lastly, Marcelo Ozuna, 1+ total base, who is 4 for 10 with a home run and 2 extra base hits versus Woodruff. So look, it's 3 legs. And the fact that I didn't even have to use Ozuna to 2+ total bases to get us to +750, I really like it. All 3 of these guys are hitting between 350 to 400 versus the pitcher they're facing. All 3 of these guys have a home run against the pitcher they're facing. All 3 of these guys have multiple extra base hits against the pitcher they're facing. All they have to do is what they've done every time they face these pitchers, and we get there and we hit a +851 or 854, I should say. So that is going to be the 750 Club of the day. We just hope we can hit this, get back to the green on the 750 Club, but those are the bets we have for today. Coming up next, we're going to have a video from Poolside Pat on both of these picks. So we're going to get back-to-back from him. We're going to get his marquee matchup and his tabletop back-to-back. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the marquee matchup first. I will bring in the video.
What's up, Bet Slip Nation? It's your boy, Poolside. Duke of Slips Pat here. Close this. closet here. Not on the show today, as you can kind of see him decked out, because I am about to be on my way to Busch Stadium for my second Cardinals game of the year. Over-unders at 24.5. But yes, I'm going to be in the stadium. About to head out very shortly, try and get it's a giveaway day, so I'm going to try and get a sweet midnight black jersey. That's neither here nor there. Shout out to the professor and whoever else might be on. But I do have some picks for you. I'm going to start in the association. I've got LeBron and Tatum double-double. Not sweating Tatum, sweating LeBron a little bit just because he's doing a little bit of everything. But I think I could easily see him getting this. Boosted it from plus 202 to plus 263. Then to baseball, very short card today. Give me Woodruff and Skeens as the marquee matchup. I actually lowered their totals from 7+ to 6+, as is the marquee matchup. 6+ strikeouts for a certain game. Great pitching matchup here. I boosted that from 156 to plus 195. I think that smacks easily. And then for the Cardinal game, I might have more, but I just wanted to get these in really quick. Give me JJ Weatherholt and Alec Burleson. 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs. That's at plus 224. And then the starting pitcher for the Cardinals, Andre Palante, going against the Mariners and George Kirby. It's not going to be easy. But give me Palante, 4+ Ks, and then Jordan Walker, 2+ hits, runs, RBIs. Got that at plus 250. That's what I got. Thank you. I should be around tomorrow for a show. I should be around Sunday. I actually have the weekend off, my first weekend off. I guess I just started working, but no, nobody wants to hear that. Anyway, shout out to the professor. Much love. Stay amazing, stay handsome, stay beautiful. And these have been the hot tips to help your close bet slips. See you later.
So that was Poolside Pat that gave you his marquee matchup. He gave you the Woodruff and Skeens 6+ strikeouts at plus 195. I just talked about Skeens. I know that Woodruff has hit 6+ strikeouts in 3 of his 5 games this season. Paul Skeens has hit 6+ strikeouts in, I'm going to pull it up now, two of his last 4 starts. The other 2, he got 5 strikeouts. He's right around this total. He is typically a much higher strikeout guy. So he's going to find it. So 6 strikeouts is not outside the realm of possibility. Both of these guys can get to 6 strikeouts, and that is his marquee matchup with Woodruff and Skeens. He went over his tabletop, which is here. He has his normal Cardinals bets, which he'll be there to see. He's got JJ Weatherholt and Burley for 2+ hits, runs, RBIs for plus 224. Then he has Palante, 4+ strikeouts, and Jordan Walker, 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 250. Burley has been on fire. Walker has been on fire. Can't really speak on Palante a lot. JJ Weatherholt has started the season on fire. Then he cooled off and he's gotten hot lately. And then he is going to the double-double parlay for tonight with LeBron and Tatum. LeBron James has been having to carry the load since Luka and Reed are both out. Oh, looks like we're gonna see money coming in. But LeBron and Tatum has had to both of these. Tatum has come on since the injury. LeBron's having to carry the weight load. It doesn't help, though, that he has to do so much. It kind of hurts a little bit with the triple doubles. I mean, he's gotten 8 rebounds. The last game he had 8 rebounds, 7 assists, and 28 points. So he was close to a double-double. He was close to a triple-double. The first game he did have a double-double with 19 points and 13 assists. So he's going to be right around it. Whether he gets there or not is a question, which is why I said it was a little bit questionable. Tatum in the first 2 games of the series has hit a double-double in both games. He kind of is their Swiss Army knife. I do have something kind of a bet with both of them involved on my tabletop, but those are Poolside Pat's bets for today. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a lot about Palante, 4+ strikeouts. Let me while we're sitting here, I might as well look it up and see how likelihood the 4 strikeouts are. Because I know sometimes Poolside is a Cardinals fan. So that one, you can bet it how you want it. He has only hit this once in the last 4 starts. He hit it in the last game where he had 5 versus Houston, but he only had 2 strikeouts against Washington, 2 strikeouts against Boston, and 3 against the Mets. So I don't know if that's Cardinal glasses or if he just really likes the matchup today. He is 2-1. He's just not getting the strikeouts. He's going against the Mariners, so I that one I'm not so sure about. The Burley and JJ Weatherford I really do like. Or maybe you swap out Walker and put him in with those because he's been on fire. But I do like those. Those are the poolside picks. I think mine is the only other tabletop, so I'm gonna go ahead and just jump right into mine. I have got Freddie Peralta 5+ strikeouts. He is oops, I gotta change page. He's hit this in 3 or 4 of the 5 games he's pitched in. Sorry. He has 28 strikeouts over those 5 games, averaging just over 5 strikeouts per game. Evaldi 5+ strikeouts. He's also hit this in 4 of his 5 games. He's got 29 strikeouts in those 5 games, averaging closer to 6 strikeouts per game. And then George Kirby 5+ strikeouts, who has also hit this in 4 of his last 5 games. He's got 27 strikeouts over that time, averaging right around 5.1 per game. So all 3 of these guys have hit it in 4 of the 5 games they've pitched in this season. I'm just betting the guys that's been doing it to get there again. That's why the odds are kind of low. Got it plus 164, was able to boost it up to plus 205. Then for basketball, playoff basketball, I'm just going to take stars to do what stars do. I've got Tyrese Maxey, 21+ points. He averaged 28.3 on the year. In the playoffs, he's gone 29 and 21, so he's hit this total both games. Jason Tatum, 21+ points. He's gone 25, and then he missed it just barely by 2 with 19 in that one game where he did have the double-double. But he did average 21.8 on the season, so 21 is right around his mark. LeBron James, 21 points. Or during the season, he was averaging 20.9, but that was with Luka and Reeves. In the playoffs, he's gone for 28 in the most recent game. He did have the 19 the game before. He's going to be around this 21 to 24 mark. That's right around where he should be if they're playing well. And then lastly, Durant needs, if he plays, this comes with a big caveat because he is questionable tonight. I think that they don't have a choice but to play him because they're on the heels of being bounced. So if he can go, he will go. If he goes, he should get close to 21 points because if he doesn't, that this team could be cooked. The Lakers might be able to win this series without Luka or Reeves playing, which is scary for anybody they play next, unless whoever they play next happens to be one of like 2 teams. I don't know who possibly they could even be playing next because I haven't looked into that quite yet because the basketball has been frustrating me. But we did get this at plus 227, boosted it to 284. So I really like this at 3-1 if Durant does play. Otherwise, it'll probably be more closer to 2-1 with the other 3 by themselves. But those are the ones I like. And again, my best bet is the Braves Phillies over 9 runs at minus 110, boosted to 114. So those are my bets for today. We do have a bunch, not a bunch, but we do have a couple last calls. I know C-Money has a Forget That Dime last call. I have an even bigger Forget That Dime last call than he does. And I also have my long ball bet. So I'm going to go into that. My long ball bet of the day is Jake Burger, 1+ home run at plus 500. So, again, I've told everybody the main place I go to look for these is on – I'm going to pull it up now. RotoWire. They have a hot and cold where they show who's doing well versus pitchers and have good matchups. Jake Burger versus Severino is 5 for 16 with 2 home runs versus Severino, and he's been hitting very, very good this year. He had a multi-home run game earlier this season. He's been finding the long ball. He's one of the guys that has been surprising early on with all this power that's been going on. I think James Woods is another one. I think he's up there in home runs. Like there's some of these guys that you wouldn't expect to start the season to be hitting the way they are. So I'm betting, and he's a big boy. So when he gets a hold of one, it could end up being the long ball and get us a bunch of money. But I got him for a home run at plus 500. I'm going to give me my Forget That Dime, and as you can see, it is plus 49,579. So bet this extremely responsibly. That's why it is a Forget That Dime bet. But I'm going to go Gunnar Henderson, 1+ home run. Byron Buxton, 1+ home run. Jake Burger, 1+ home run. And Shohei Ohtani, 1+ home run at plus 49,579. Bet $1 to get 500 and take a shot in the dark and see what happens. That being said, I have been talking a lot, so we'll let C-Money talk about his Forget That Dime bet, which I have listed at the bottom.
So my Forget That Dime, all the research, all the groups, all the people that talk about home runs, make home run tickets all day, these seem to be the consistent 3. I also took Dingler to be my long ball for the night. So I've been in a rut. I went 3 for 4 and I haven't hit since. So I'm like 3 for 8 now. So I need to get out of this rut of just not hitting the long ball, even if it's not the longest one. Like my guy needs to hit a home run. So yeah, I mean they all have pretty favorable matchups. So we went with this for our forget our dime, but let's hope it hits.
Yeah, so it's Dingler, Burglar, and Alvarez all for a home run, plus 10,916. Again, bet that responsibly, but throw a buck, win $110. See what happens. Or if you don't even have a dollar, bet 10 cents. We don't use the same here. Bet what you can afford to bet on it. Just know it's a long shot and it's likely not to hit. That's why they are called forget that dime bets. That is all the bets. I will go ahead and give the stats. I'm still killing the units barely. My best bet hit yesterday, but the 2 parlays didn't. They both missed by 1. One guy, the guy who missed on my strikeout ladder of 3, 4, 5, 6 was the guy who I bet for 3 strikeouts because he got ran in 1.1 inning. He got lit up in the second inning. He had 1 strikeout and then just got bounced. So obviously, if he had gone 4 or 5 innings, he would have cleared it and we would have hit it. But and basketball has been weird, which is why I'm not betting anybody to win. I'm just betting points today because betting people to win right now makes these games outside of the Thunder. There's the only ones you can trust right now. Everybody else, who knows what's going to happen? Well, oddly enough, the Lakers have been consistent, which I'm not sure anybody thought that they'd be consistently winning without Luka or Reeves. You know, I thought that they could give them trouble. I thought they could probably get a couple games and push this until maybe Luka showed up. But, they've just been kind of – I did say Houston was not very good, and they're kind of proving that, I guess. It doesn't help Durant's not healthy either, though, so that hurts them as well. I've never been – Sengun's always kind of killed me as things have gone on, so I don't trust him as much either. The only thing I was going to bring up, I was going to talk about a little bit since we're here, and I know it was going to be a short show, is I'm going to talk about a couple of the picks from the draft last night since we got the NFL draft going. Round 1. For the first surprise of the night was the Cardinals taking Love. Don't get me wrong. I love Love, and I understand why they did it because if this guy is as good as he looks like he can be like a Saquon Barkley type guy for that team. However, they have a laundry list of needs outside of just running back. And I personally thought that they were going to either do one of 2 things. I thought they were talking up this whole we want Love thing in order to try to drum up a trade, all the teams that wanted Love so they could trade back, get more capital. Maybe they did and they just didn't get the offers, so they just went ahead and took him anyway. Or maybe that was a smoke and mirrors. They were always taking him. I don't know. It just surprised me. The other one, again, I'm on the other side on this next one. A lot of people are on the Rams for taking Ty Simpson at 13. I don't blame them. Like they're already people are like, well, they're one piece away from winning the Super Bowl. What do you mean they just won the Super Bowl? Why are they one piece away when they just won the Super Bowl? They have Matthew Stafford. They're used to having people come and go. I think they're a Super Bowl team whether they draft a receiver or a piece here in this draft. So why not get the guy? Because Stafford's not going past this year. We didn't even think he was going to go this year. They told Stafford before the draft, we're going to draft your future replacement. He was good with it. They took the guy, and they've got a guy that can learn behind Stafford for a year before he comes in next year. And Simpson, as an Alabama guy, I watched him a lot, and the guy grew a lot throughout the season. He had a lot of huge plays, and he showed them a lot. I don't know what he'll be. He may end up not being that guy, but none of these guys know that when they draft these guys. Nobody's a sure thing. They're taking a shot. They also obviously don't like the quarterbacks that are coming out next year. And if they don't like a quarterback class of next year and they think they're going to be in the Super Bowl yet again, they need to take their shot this year while they have an early draft pick. Is it possible Simpson got to the second round? Maybe. But is that a chance you really want to take if you're talking about the future of your franchise? So I don't blame them. I don't know why people are down on them so much. A couple of teams, and it's going to feel like a hater as I'm a Commanders fan. But the Cowboys and Giants both just did what the Cowboys and Giants do. Jerry moves up, makes a brilliant pick, and then he follows it up with what I'm going to say. He started with a bang and ended with a fizzle. He drafted a guy that 2 weeks ago was a mid-third round pick. And sure, he's been moving up the draft boards, but like you had a lot of guys out there. I'm not even gonna throw out the names but there was a ton of guys that you could have taken outside of this person that would have solidified even more of the defense that got walked all over. I think teams are still scoring 30 points on Cowboys and they're not even playing anymore. Like they gave up 30 points 9 times last year, which is the wildest stat that I've ever read in my entire life. The Giants are that a lot of the same. Like they started with a bang, then they trade for that. They trade a pick to get the number 10 pick, and then they go take a guy, an offensive lineman who's got back issues. Like, what are you doing? And you allowed the Cowboys to take Caleb Downs. You take Caleb Downs to go with how you started with Albert Reese. Your team is – I'm scared of that defense. Now you got to face Caleb Downs. That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. And it reminds me of the year when they drafted Thibodeau and they had 2 first-round picks and they blew both of those too. Like these are just 2 teams that do what they do. Everybody's like, oh, maybe Jerry's not so senile when he got Downs. And then he goes and makes another pick and then he proves he's still senile. And then everybody thought Harbaugh was going to fix the Giants' decision-making, but they still got people they answer to, and he can't make all the decisions by himself. And then they couldn't stop getting out of their own way. Lastly, I'll talk about Washington just because I'm a Commanders fan, and it'd be stupid for me not to. I wanted Caleb Downs. I'm not going to lie to you. That's who I wanted. That's the guy that I think we haven't had a good safety since Sean Taylor passed away. We've had okay safeties. Chin was all right, but this guy could end up being pretty locked down. He plays the whole field. However, that being said, I do love the pick in Sonny Styles. If you're not going Caleb Downs, the only other option I think was Sonny Styles. This dude used to be a safety, converted to linebacker because he is so athletic. He's 6'5", ran a 4.4 40. He can cover running backs. He can cover tight ends. He's going to be the first linebacker that we've had in a very long time that is athletic enough to cover out of the backfield, which is what, if you watch any of these games that to any extent, you see that running backs and tight ends burn us on the daily. So this will help us a ton. I've seen some crazy plays where he's like 40 yards downfield intercepting the ball against a running back. And that's the kind of thing he's going to need against teams like the Eagles who have Barkley. We're going to need a lot of that and a lot of good tight ends in our division. So although it's not Caleb Downs, it's the second best option. I didn't want us going wide receiver. I didn't like Tate. And the other guy was injury prone. So like there is that. That being said, Chris, what was your thoughts on, that was just my thoughts on the draft, but what was your thoughts on the first round, which was, by the way, might've been one of the craziest first rounds we've seen in a while.
Yeah. I mean, the first 12 picks was just crazy. It's like, what is going on? Like on Fanatics, like there was a thing where you could pick the first 12 picks and I got 2 of 12 correctly. And that was the first 2. After that, everything was just messed up. Like, I mean, there were so many reports that Arizona was trying to get at a 3 and all this other stuff. And like, I'm like with you, like you have a laundry list of people. Like I understand you get hopefully a generational running back, but when you have a laundry list of things you need, like one, that's where you go first. Yeah, there might not be another Love in the draft, but what's saying there's not another running back there? And I mean, it's not like they don't have decent running backs to begin with. And yeah, I honestly think the Giants really fumbled. Like you have Caleb Downs put in your lap and it's like, you know what? We're going tackle. Like you're what? You could have arguably the best defense in the East. And you're just like, nah, I'm good. Like I was watching today, there was either TikTok or something, and Malik Neighbors and Parsons were hanging out last night. And Malik was like, what are you doing? He needs to be on our team. I don't want to play him twice a year. Like he was not happy.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Like, how do you not only do you not take him, but you know for a fact the Cowboys are right behind you. And
right.
Maybe you think, okay, the Dolphins will take him instead. Well, the Dolphins will like, well, we can get a bunch of capital and just move back one spot. So why not do that? Because they're more than a safety away. So they didn't care. They're like, well, just give us more picks. Right. We'll move back. And they don't. If you look on paper, the Dolphins have no team. That like their whole team is gone. Like they've been dumping space and trying to create cap space because they're so broke. So they need all they can get and all the guys that they can get. I mean, look, I think it all started with Arizona taking Love. It threw everybody off.
Oh yeah, it threw everybody's draft board off.
Because once they took, everybody thought they were going to take. They were going to take Reese, and then they thought Titans were going to get Love. It's like it threw everything off. The Titans had to hit the panic button and just took what they took, and then it kind of sprouted for them. Then the Giants doing what they did at 10. Then the Cowboys jump up and take him, and it was all a weird. Now I also kind of blame Washington for not taking Downs, but again, they looked at Sonny Styles as a guy who could play both positions. So I understand it, and he's new to the position, and he was last year, and he was phenomenal at it. So they think he's got a lot more to grow, and if he's got a lot more to grow on what he already showed on film, I think that's why they went that way. So it is what it is, and we don't know. All we can do is best guesses. Caleb Downs can end up not being very good at all. We don't know.
This is very true.
By all intents and purposes, though, he looks about as legit as a safety has been since Kyle Hamilton. So that's another guy that I'm still dreading the fact that Washington didn't get in that draft. He's the guy I wanted. I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully I don't regret Caleb Downs like I did Kyle Hamilton all these years. But those were just the ones that I keyed on. There was a lot of other ones as well.
The funniest one for me was the Eagles, man. And yeah, okay, so we'll talk about that for a second. So the Eagles and Cowboys trade. And so the Cowboys end up losing 2/5 to Miami, but end up getting 2/4 from the Eagles. So that was good. They might have fumbled their pick, but at least they got better draft picks, from the Eagles. So that wasn't too big of a deal. But I think it's funny the Steelers were trying to call Mekhi Lemon while he was on the phone with the Eagles. And so they never even took that call because the Steelers are like, yeah, that's our pick. That's who we're taking. And the Eagles are like, nah, hold my beer. He's ours. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that story leak last night. I wasn't sure if it was true, and then I saw it all morning this morning. So then I was like, that is wild that in the city that they have the draft in, they do that to them, which a little savage, but I like it. But
yes, the Eagles are known to do that. They did it to the Cowboys a few years ago when Dallas got it.
Yep, they sure did. I liked it then too. Your Bengals obviously didn't pick because they traded. Again, they had the 10th pick, which means they could have had Caleb Downs also. But that team needs a lot. Like they need more than just safety too defensively. They're a lot like Dallas. They're slightly better than Dallas defensively, which is kind of wild to say, but they need a lot on defensive end, and I think they just took the guy that they knew was good versus a guy they hope is good. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if they get 3 years out of them, that's good. I mean, the only thing that really pisses me off is that all they got was the 10th pick. They didn't even try for anything else. It's like, what? The 10th pick is for a team that could have 2 top 10 picks. Like they would have gave you more than just Dexter Lawrence. They would have gave you like a second or a third plus the 10th.
Yeah, I mean the Giants kind of robbed them a little bit, but I think the Bengals just wanted to get the deal done in time, and the clock was running out on them, which is why they did it. I think that this draft was coming up quickly, and they wanted to be done and not have to worry about day one. That being said, I don't think Washington doesn't have a second-round pick because they traded it away. So I don't have anything to worry about watching for tonight. I mean, I'll still watch, obviously, but it'll be a lot more anticlimactic for me than it was last night. Do the Bengals have a second-round pick?
I'm not sure.
Let me look.
They might.
Bengals draft picks. They have they do have they have the 41st overall pick, so they pick in the top 10 of the second round. I mean, so maybe they'll get another one of those needs that they could have gotten in the first round. There were some guys that fell because guys like the lineman that went to Dallas that got taken kind of early. Simpson got taken earlier than most people were projected. There was a lot of guys that people thought might fall that got taken early. So
that McLeod guy fell, and he was supposed to be a first round pick.
Yeah, so there's a lot of guys out there still. I mean, obviously it's only a second round, so there's a lot of good guys. But there's a lot of first round talent out there too as well.
For
so
sure.
there's a lot of stuff that could be exciting for some other teams, unless my team decides to trade up in the second round, which I'm here for it. Although we only had 6 picks, I think, so they don't have a lot of cap unless they're going to give up next year's picks. But
or trade a player.
Yeah, or trade a player. I will run through the picks one more time. Anybody who came in late before we sign off. Again, the best bet is the Braves Phillies over 9 runs at -110. I had a boost, got plus 114. The PD of the day is Paul Skeens 5 strikeouts and Pirates money line at plus 120. The 750 Club, Kyle Tucker 2+ total bases, Shane Langeliers 2+ total bases, Marcell Ozuna 1+ total base at plus 854. The marquee matchup, Woodruff and Skeens both 6+ strikeouts at plus 195. Duco Slips picks are the marquee matchup. JJ Weatherholt and Burleson 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 224. Piante 4+ strikeouts, and Jordan Walker 2+ hits, runs, RBIs at plus 250. And then he has a double parlay with LeBron James and Tatum at plus 263. I've got Freddie Peralta 5+ strikeouts, Nathan Eovaldi 5+ strikeouts, George Kirby 5+ strikeouts, plus 164 boosted to plus 205. My NBA parlay has Maxey 21 points, Tatum 21 points, LeBron James 21 points, Kevin Durant 21+ points, plus 227 boosted to 284. Then I always bet the best bet on my tabletop as well. Then our last calls is Jake Berger home run. Then we have 2 forget that dime bets of Gunnar Henderson 1+ home run, Byron Buxton 1+ home run, Jake Berger 1+ home run, and Shohei Ohtani 1+ home run for plus 49,579. And then C Money's forget that dime bet is Berger home run, Dingler home run, and Alvarez home run for plus 10,916. So that is a recap of everything we went over today on the show. We will have a show in some form or fashion. I know that me and PD King will be at the golf course in the morning. I don't know. I'll have to look at the schedule and see what kind of games are early, what kind of games are late. You might have Poolside Pat with videos from us. I don't know. But that being said, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you're following us on X. And we'll be doing a giveaway when we get to 500 followers on X to a random follower of $50 to your favorite sports book. With that being said, I will play you out.
Yo, we in the game, talking number stakes high. Knowledge and skill, like a bird we fly. Analyzing stats, we don't just guess. Betting on the win, you know we're blessed. Just the bet slips, we keep it real. Breaking down the odds, you know the deal. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. Rolling with the punches, we look for the signs. Parlays and props, counting all the coins. Every podcast episode, we bring the heat. Strategies laid out, can't accept defeat. Tune into the wisdom, hear our call. In this betting world, we'll never fall. Just the bet slips, we're making plays. Informed decisions, we light up the ways. Chasing that victory, hit the big score. Join the community, we're here for more. On this gambling journey, we ride the bet. With just the bet slips, you ain't seen nothing yet.